What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Trey's Trades. How we doing, everybody? It is your boy Trey, coming back again for episode number 70 of the Treyders podcast, live stream number 70, baby. We've got some stupid, freaking fat, tasty, dumb lemon pepper tendies cooking up today with AMC. We're up 12.75%. Yakman percento, baby. Look at this. Freaking 72.1 million total volume on the day here so far. Currently on my lunch break from work. Figured I'd stop in here really quick as I've got some free time. They give me about an hour and a half for lunch and just, connect with the freaking Gorilla Gang, all the apes out there who are rocking and cooking with Crisco on AMC stock today. Just gonna give you guys some updates and answer any questions you guys might have regarding the stock. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick update here really quick on what you've got cooking on the Ortex numbers in case you were curious. As you can see here, I'm just going to refresh the page. The short interest is down about 0.21%, which gives us a total estimated short interest of about 77 million total. Cost to borrow maximum is currently sitting at about 19%, and the utilization is already eaten all the way back up to 99%, which is absolutely beautiful. Shares on loan 128 million, free float on loan 24%. Short interest estimate is about 14.46 as it sits right now. Keep in mind that this short interest does not paint the entire picture, right? This is X equals something, and that does not make sense in the grand scheme of the equation because we actually have a variable that's missing out of the equation. We don't have the Y factor, which is the overall naked shorts and the failure to delivers of the FTDs that contribute to selling pressure on the stock that ultimately cause synthetics, right? So this is kind of a small scale picture of what we've got rocking on AMC right now. I also want to show you the overall short volume percentage and what kind of trend we've been seeing here recently. Now, if you pay attention to Ortex, you can see that the short interest has been going down, right? However, if you look at the overall short volume percentage on the given day, for the last 4 days, the lowest we've been is 56%. You can see 61, 56, 57, 61% of the last 4 trading days. So this is obviously very obviously being heavily shorted as it sits right now. And I gotta turn freaking lamp on. I don't know what I'm doing. The OG lamp in the house here today. We've got the Gorilla Gang mugs. Also that picture that was drawn up for me by a really awesome person I met out in Vietnam, baby. But as you can see, this is still being heavily shorted. And even regardless of that, AMC stock holding on beautifully. One last thing that I want to say in case you were not able to catch my Wanda video, I wanted to, kind of walk you guys through why we didn't see a squeeze effect when the stock was being covered, right? Because over the last week or so, we've seen, according to Ortex, that quite a few shorts have got out of positions. There might have been a loan recall by some of the lenders. So I think that about 30 million total shares that were on loan ended up getting recalled. They're sent back to their original lenders. And now what you're looking at is Wanda sold about 30 million shares, right? So what I'm gathering from this is we did not get that clean break over $14.50 because Wanda did get out of their position, right? Which essentially negated. You had a equalizing effect on those shorts covering. In fact, you had a little more selling pressure than buying pressure, obviously, because we pulled back to that $12 range. But so far, everything that I thought was going to come to fruition is coming to fruition, right? We ended up coming down to that retracement zone, that Fibonacci retracement between 50 and 61.8%, which ended up being about $12 to $12.80. We bounced around in here for a while, consolidated for a while. And they got that clean lemon pepper tendy break over $12.80. And now what I'm looking for is essentially just consolidation, right? I kind of pointed this out in my video this morning in case you weren't able to catch it. I'm looking for consolidation somewhere in that $13.50 range. And that doesn't mean it's going to barcode between there, right? It means you might get a bounce back and forth between $13.20, $13.80, $14, whatever it ends up being. But you want that up and down sort of movement, that consolidation by continuously setting higher lows that's ultimately going to give us that retest of $14.50 and then this new overall level of resistance with only one touch point, right? So it's not a grand scheme, huge level of resistance, but it's about $15.75. $14.50 is going to be the next barrier. You can see we got a wick rejection at about $14 on the chart setup right here. $13.96 is ultimately what ended up coming out to intraday high. We're still respecting a pretty beautiful ascending level of support. I mean, this is as bullish gets. Trading well over the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, huge gap up as you can see here, right? And it's just, I mean, this is as bullish as it gets. The VWAP, in case you're new, I always assume there's at least a few new people that are hopping into the chat, is the volume weighted average price. It's the average price that anybody who bought stock on the day paid. If you're trading over, it means that most people are green, and this typically brings in more volume. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Anytime that you're green, you're going to see more overall volume. You can see we have 73 million in total volume as it sits right now, which is actually higher than the previous 2 trading days. You've seen 53 million the day before, 60 million the day before that. So far, we're at freaking 73 million as it sits right now. You're always going to see more volume on green days than you are on red days, especially with the fact that everybody is holding the stock, right? Nobody sells on the red days. They just don't. So it's as simple is freaking that's kind of the update that I've got for you guys. You guys are jacked in the chat. I'm absolutely loving to see it. Hope everybody is cooking with Crisco. So welcome back, baby. I am glad to be here for my lunch break. Last thing I'm going to say before I kind of chat with everybody is I'm going to be here until about 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this will be about a 50-minute live stream, but I just wanted to, give you guys the opportunity to chat while I am on my lunch break here for work. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you, giving me the time of day. And let's just, rock with what's freaking cooking up on AMC as it sits right now. And I got to drop an arrow. What am I doing? I haven't drawn up that arrow yet. So this is what we need, right? Boom. I figured out just recently that you can actually set a configuration on Webull so it draws up an arrow for you. But hey, you know what? You know how we do it? It's as simple as this. We are old school freaking homeschool style, baby. Here at Trey's Trades, we freaking talk fast and don't skip class. It's as simple as that. So I appreciate everybody, stopping in. Means a lot to me. You came to eat tendies with the apes for lunch. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm going to actually stop at the gas station and just get a freaking slider or something for lunch. But there's way more pressing matters as it sits right now. And you guys can expect this from me. This is something I'm going to try and give you guys since I am working a freaking 8 to 5 job as it sits right now, right? And I can't live stream the whole day with work. I want to give you at least my lunch break, whether it's for 30 minutes, 45, 60 minutes, whatever it is on a day-to-day basis. I just appreciate, your time. So this is something I'm going to try and do for everybody. What do you think of the Webull mobile update? I don't think I've gotten it yet. But I can download it real quick and let you know what I think. So just give me a sec. Let me type in Webull on my app store. And I will download that sucker real quick here. But there's been some freaking decent... I want to say there was some boom boom candles, but I mean, this was just straight up freaking nasty, continuous, solid, healthy growth. I mean, that's as good as it gets. No huge rips followed by huge dips. I mean, just solid pushes. That's as good as it gets, man. Absolutely is. App Store's being slow. The freaking internet out here, man, I tell you what. But I'll let you guys know what I think of the update when I download it. New update sucks. Seems like people don't like it, but... Alright. Trey, you lemon pepper stepper? Absolutely, man. I freaking love Drake. That man has got probably 1,000 hours of my life. Absolutely. Sent you a message on Twitter last Friday. Check message from your Barbacoa. Thanks for all you do. Why Barbacoa? Let me pull up Twitter here really quick and see if I can find it. Why Barbacoa? So it is the lunch break lull as it sits right now, so I'm not expecting anything super duper crazy in terms of price action, but if we get any crazy pushes, we'll let you guys know and give you some good commentary. Hey brother, I appreciate all you've done for the community. I want to make you a new background for YouTube that may help make your handles and info easier. Let me know what you think and I can adjust or fix for you. Keep up the good work. Link to the background. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. I dig that. I freaking dig that. That's sick. Look at this. What a nice dude. What an ape. Drop some freaking gorillas in the chat for why Barbacoa. He just whipped me up a new background for OBS. That looks sick, man. I dig that. It makes it much easier to read for sure. TreysGorillaGang.com. Look at that. And it's got the little disclaimer here. Oh, that's gold. I dig it, brother. Thank you for that. Thank you. I am going to absolutely save that. In fact, let me just come over here to Twitter really quick so I can download that. Boom. Good to go. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. So pumped for the lunch break. Absolutely, man. Subway for lunch. I'll get Subway when I get off work. And I apologize, guys. I know you're going to yell at me for drinking an energy drink, but I've only gotten about 2 hours of sleep. So this is the things that you got to make do with. It's what you just got to make do. So we're cooking either way. Did you see the Apes Metal Tribute? Search for Andrew Soto on Twitter or YouTube. No copyright worries. It's an original. I did see that thing, man. Oh, you have no idea. I'm the biggest metalhead of all freaking time, man. Like, check this out. If you're a Mice and Men fan, I've got the ampersand, which is their band logo, tattooed on my wrist. It was, the freaking tattoo artist was a ding-dong and put it on upside down, but it still looks freaking jacked up, man. I love it. I love metal. In fact, I used to play in a band back in the day. It was called Dismantling the Silence. If you ever want to check it out, we've got like 5 songs on iTunes back when I was like 16, but it was super dope, man. Absolutely. Trey's mustache needs an OnlyFans page. I know there's going to be mixed opinions about the mustache, guys, but I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to rock it for a while. I think I grow a pretty decent stash. It's a controversial topic. I know. Should I have a little bit of hair on my lip? Maybe not, but I'm going to rock it anyways. Maybe it'll be a freaking a YouTube handle or something. Who knows? Oh, man. Do not sell at $50. Absolutely not, man. If you've got any sort of call options, I picked up for June 18th some of the $13, the $15, and the $25 strikes. And my $13 ones are just starting to run in the money, just a little bit green as it sits right now. And I'm very freaking happy about that. Steezy AF, yes, $14.50 is still the goal. That is the overall highest level of resistance. But first, we got to get that push over $14. You can see that this was the first little bit of resistance that we've seen on the day. So we need to get that break over $14. And you're looking at $14.50. Simple as that. Rock that stash. Amur. Oh, yeah, dude. Amur slaps. They're good. They're good. Absolutely. Woo! What the heck is that, Donnie? Holy Toledo. Love you, Trey. Let's get this hype train running for you, buddy. ETS, kick the tires and lit the fires. Baby, what a dude. What a dude. You didn't have to do that, man. I appreciate that a lot. Seriously. I mean it when I say you guys don't have to send me super chats. Like, I just like talking about the stock, guys. I mean, I'm an extrovert as simple as it gets. I just freaking love chatting with everybody and watching AMC stock and getting excited about the boom boom candles. You know what it is. And we've had a freaking beautiful day. I mean, how can you not get excited, man? I'll tell you what. It's as simple as this. You have to celebrate the little wins and endure the little losses. It's as simple as that, right? We got to pat ourselves on the back because it's a freaking emotional journey. In a war, right? You have battles within the war and you celebrate the battles that you're winning. And this is a battle that we're winning on the day, guys. So pat yourselves on the back for putting up with the day-to-day BS, all the red days, all the FUD, all the nonsense, right? Because ultimately this sort of stuff is what makes it easier to go through by celebrating the little wins along the way. And today is 100%100% a little win. So absolutely what it is, man. Absolutely. 13% is not a little win. Yeah, you know what I mean, man. You know what I mean. It is what it is. It's really dark. Put a light down here. Trey's short shorts. No! I'm actually not wearing short shorts right now. I'm not going to stand up because I'm still like kind of halfway in my work clothes. And, I got to be careful about, what I do. But, I do have short shorts on underneath my work clothes. So there's that. Trey, June 18th, 5 of the $40 in the money calls. Or they're actually out the money right now, Mark. But thoughts? I think those $40 calls, my opinion on them is they're a lottery ticket, a decent odds lottery ticket. Like, you've got way better odds, betting on these $40 calls than you do playing roulette, in my opinion, right? But it's still a lottery ticket. So what I would say is whatever you're willing to put into a Powerball, into, like, if you're to play blackjack, if you're to play slots, whatever you're willing to put into that is what I would say you want to put into those $40 calls, because you've got a little less than a month leeway for those to run in the money. If those do run in the money, though, guys, you're going to be looking at the stupidest gamma squeeze that has ever happened in terms of what AMC is rocking right now. Your job is in your Twitter bio? It is not. I've actually changed it. I got talked to, but that's all right. That's all right. That is okay. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. Great advice. Appreciate that, brother. Trey, your stash made my go-to trap. You guys crack me up. Oh, man, I miss this. I love chatting with you guys. Absolutely. Move the arrow? Absolutely. It's still respecting this ascending level of support pretty dang well as it sits right now. You've got a little bit of a candle starting to test underneath this level of support, but ultimately, if it ends up being a wick like what you see right here, it's not the end of the world, right? So I'm actually going to move this down a little bit just to get all these wick touch points. And you still have a touch point right here. Still have some touch points right here. It's looking pretty solid. So what you're looking for is just a wick, right? You don't want a candle to, continue on that downtrend. So if we get a wick that, only touches below that, I'm sitting absolutely fine on that. Otherwise, what can you expect, right? What can we expect in terms of a pullback? I'm going to drop a Fibonacci retracement. We can get an idea of where this might bounce if it ends up breaking this ascending level of support. But so far, it looks like that wick is going to come to fruition. I would anticipate you're going to see a pullback to that 50 to 61.8% retracement zone, right? So that would end up being somewhere in the neighborhood of $13.33 and about $13.45 if it was to break this ascending level of support, just based on previous trends and the way that AMC stock usually gets bounces on a large scale and small scale macroscopic, microscopic time frame. So if it breaks this, that's what I'm looking at, is this $13.35 to $13.45 level of retracement. If not, that VWAP will act as a level of support as well. Mustache trade goated. Yes, sir. I think I'm going to rock it, man. I think I'm going to rock it. It seems like you guys are digging it. Thank you, Trey. Been waiting for you. AV, I appreciate that, brother. You know what it is. Like I said, I got to go back to work. I am back to work in my full-time staff job for work. But, when I do have my lunch breaks and when I do have free time, you guys are going to get it. So it's as simple as that. I'm going to make a morning video when I wake up in the morning. I'm going to make an evening video before I go to bed. And I'm going to try and live stream for a half hour to an hour, depending on how much time I get for lunch each individual day. So anytime that I've got, you've got it, man. if you were to buy a call option for June 18th, what would it be? I currently own the $13, the $15, and the $25 strikes. And in order of risk level, I have the least amount of money in the $25 strikes. I think it's like $1,500. I've got a moderate amount of money in the 15s and the most amount of money in the 13s. So I try to load the least risky call options towards more deep in the money or very close to being in the money, right? Just because there is so much risk involved with options and you just don't know what's going to come to fruition, right? But those are the ones that I like. If you want to play the $40 strikes, like I said, feel free to do so. There is a crap ton of open interest. There's like 133,000, 139,000 now, 139,000 total open interest at those $40 strikes. But just know that that's a lottery ticket, right? There's no way that you can guarantee that's going to happen by June 18th. So if you're going to play that, just make sure that you know to only put into what you're willing to lose. So that's my advice. Remember when Rich said the stock was worth 1 cent? I remember reading that. I was like, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Wait a minute, Rich. Wait a minute, Richie. Richie, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Richie, what do you mean? Richie, come on, Richie. The lowest it's ever been was $1.91. It's when the shorts were manipulating the shit out of this thing. You want to tell me it's going to go to a penny? A penny? And hedge funds have been maliciously naked short selling and failing to deliver on call option stock for literally a year and a half? Richie! This ain't going to a penny. You're full of a bunch of silly chicken crap. That just doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. Oh, man. I laughed so hard when I saw that, but we're chilling either way, guys. We are chilling. It's all good. It's all love. I say this all the time, and I really do mean it. We do we, and they do they, right? Those bunch of silly chickens who don't believe in AMC stock, they can keep spreading their nonsense, and we're just going to keep doing us, man. Keep your nose to the grinder, and don't forget the end goal. The end goal isn't to oust the people who don't believe in us. It's just to freaking make money. It's to get the end game, which is to make AMC squeeze and to expose the shorters and the hedge funds who have maliciously been attacking the stock. So that's as simple as it is, my friends. Absolutely. You should try Ethiopian food someday. I think you would love it. Dude, I've actually had Ethiopian food. My first year at St. John's University, my roommate was from Ethiopia, and we had a couple of meals, and it was solid. I like a lot of different stuff. I love Japanese food. That's my go-to, man. Absolutely. Richie's a goofy goober. Yeah, you know what it is. Richie equals Greg. I know that's a Matt Coors reference. We call them Cobas here, but it's the same thing. One and the same. It is two sides of the same coin. Shout out Colorado. Keep inspiring, brother. Dude, I love Colorado. I've hiked up Pikes Peak, I think 3 times. I've gone up and down Pikes Peak 3 times. And every time I go up, I make sure that when I get to the top, I shotgun a Coors Light and I walk back down. Simple as that. Not an egg cat. Never was. For post-squeeze, if apes don't feel comfortable managing their own portfolios, do you think platforms like Wealthsimple are okay? Thanks, man. Love your content. Absolutely, Shane. Absolutely. The biggest and most important thing is whatever your time commitment level is, you just need to be able to manage your wealth in that time commitment level, right? So if you want to manage your portfolio full time, it's absolutely okay to do that, but you have to be willing to manage it full time so that you're not risking the gains that you had. You want to secure your profits, secure the bag. Worst case scenario to me is this, right? You make your money on AMC, this thing freaking squeezes, you got crap ton of money, right? And then you end up looking for that next lottery ticket. And this is like a very, 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 very rare occasion, a very rare opportunity, right? What I would recommend if you don't have a lot of time is put it into a freaking, an ETF, put it into, a Wealthsimple, whatever you want to do to manage that wealth, just make sure you're locking it in. Real estate, you could do anything you want. Bonds, I mean, I'm not going to do bonds because I'm not a big fan of the American dollar. I think it's not going to appreciate in value any day soon, but you get the point, right? I just want you to secure your profits, and whatever that means for your time commitment level, that's what I want is just the best thing for everybody. So simple as that. You got to pop on and let us know when to sell during the squeeze, even if you're working. I'll try my best, man. I'll try my best. Thank you, Mo. I did a lot of new DD, but your email isn't on your YouTube, so can't send it to you. Don't have social media. Your Discord didn't like last one, but it played out to a T, so don't want to post on it. Essential hard worker, my email is actually in my about section. It's just my business email. So if you want to send me an email, I'll check it out. I appreciate that, man. Send you a Twitter message. Tiers S, no need to read out loud. Thanks for not bringing the price down during the stream. Dude, this is a rare thing. I feel like every time I'm streaming, there's just nothing happening on AMC stock, or it's just going down, which is a nice change of pace. I'm very happy to see that we're continuing to rock. Thank you, Prater. Let me just take a quick peeky weeky. Again for last night, the beer call out. I didn't get a chance to pick your brain last night. I'm wanting to start up tips if you're willing. I'll again, real dude. Yeah, man, absolutely, brother. We can connect sometime about YouTube if you wanna chat. Too freaking easy. Here we go. All right, so as it looks right now, it looks like we did end up breaking this ascending level of support, and it looks like it might end up testing this Fibonacci retracement zone, which is at 50 to 61.8% retracement level. And if we ended up breaking down below that, you still do have that VWAP, the volume weighted average price. So we just gotta wait and see what happens. Chris Laffey, shout out to you, brother. Absolutely. But this is I'd say a pretty safe zone where you can expect some sort of bounce. And it's not a definitive level, right? We don't have a respected level of support per se in this exact zone. But this is a Fibonacci retracement zone, and it gives us an idea of what we may be able to expect just based on, previous trends that we've seen in AMC stock. Is that a government-issued mustache? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. The lamp needs to go back with you to NC. Trey's porn stash. Yes! That did not take long at all. Oh, man, I love that. I love that, dude. So, no comment, but I am going to have a lamp that is just like this in North Carolina, and that's about as much as I'm going to say. I'm not going to say how it's going to happen, but, something will happen. We'll get it done. Does VWAP stand for very WAP? Oh, yeah, obviously. I thought that was obvious. I thought that was obvious. Absolutely. Absolutely. Discord fan art? Is there something in there? Oh, that's solid, dude. I dig it. I like that. Time for a bear trap. Good chigga, good chigga. Oh, dude, that's so solid. I freaking love that. That's sick. That is absolutely dope. I'm going to tweet that out right now. Time for a bear trap. We might actually be getting one set up here right now. So a bear trap, in case you're not familiar, is when you have one wick that establishes a level of resistance, followed by a second wick that barely breaks beneath that level of resistance, but doesn't quite get a candle to close beneath it, right? It's just the wick that touches below. So this could be a weak bear trap, but on the 1 minute, I would not be surprised if you end up seeing some sort of reversal in terms of the way that this is set up. That's a pretty clean setup. That might not be bad. I mean, it could end up coming back down and retesting essentially this Fibonacci retracement zone. I wouldn't quite call it a clean breakaway. You're looking for at least 5 to 10 minutes of trend continuation or consolidation for me to say that you are out of this sort of little small sell-off that we've seen over the last couple of minutes. But overall, man, I mean, this is as freaking good as it gets. I mean, up freaking 11% on the day is some solid stuff. So I'm actually going to drop a level right here. This is going to be an overall level of resistance, and it's super easy to draw this up, guys. I'm telling you. Even a caveman can do it. I look like a caveman. I'll tell you what, I can figure this stuff out, so you can do it too. All you're doing is connecting dots, right? Simple as that. You look for at least 3 dots to connect, and you've got them. 1, 2, 3, 4 different touch points right here, which means this is a descending level of resistance that is respected by the overall price action. So I would not be surprised if you get a clean break over this descending level of resistance. You're looking for a follow through on volume. Typically a good breakthrough will come with a follow through on volume, meaning that it's higher in volume than you've seen in the previous couple of minutes, right? So something like this, 500,000 in total volume, 1 million in total volume, whatever that ends up being, right? That's what you're looking for in terms of a clean breakout, right? So you had one right here. This was a test essentially of $13 or so, and it got a clean break over that $13 mark with a follow through in volume. That to me indicates that you got a nice clean break over that level of resistance. So you're looking for a follow through in terms of volume to get back over this descending level of resistance. That'll get us back to where we want to go. So watch for that. No shave until squeeze. No shave squeeze Vember. Yeah, absolutely, baby. Should I keep a stash until AMC's done? Stash until AMC squeezes? That could be the move, man. That could absolutely be it. Corey's at Fort Sill. Hit me up, Trey. Hey, man. Well, if you want to get a hold of me, shoot a message over the Discord. But I am thinking about doing some sort of meet and greet like we did in North Carolina, except here in Oklahoma. Is that a penciled in stash? No, it's legit, man. I had a beard yesterday. I don't know if you guys watched my video, but all I had is I didn't shave for the 2 weeks that I was in North Carolina, and I just trimmed it all off so that I just had the mustache. It is not the move. Oh, Silent Storm. Oh, no. The controversy continues. It continues on. That's all right. Mustache isn't going to be permanent. I'll tell you what, though. When all is said and done and I'm able to do, stocks and YouTube full time, I am going to absolutely grow a freaking beard, without a doubt. This lamp, I already read that. Trey, as a suggestion, please ask everyone to record their excitement like their favorite team just won the championship. No life, that is a freaking great point. I think that's a good idea. So when AMC squeezes, guys, if you want to record that moment, even if you're not going to share it, but just to remember how you felt. I mean, that's the sort of stuff that you really just can't make up. You can't recreate those moments. So if you want to record yourself when this is squeezing, or like even just the beginning of the squeeze, or some really cool moment, right? You're never going to forget that stuff. Like, sometimes I go back in my past live streams just to remember remember what's happening and like the progress we've made and the moments we've had and the good memories that we've made. So I think it's a really good idea. Absolutely, man. AR 670-1. Oh no. Come on, man. Come on. I'm not gonna get a profile for shaving. Hey Trey, it might seem wild, but I've been listening to the Legacy of Goku 2 OST to give me supportive vibes when I'm feeling bummed. Do you have a go-to soundtrack when you're in the pisser? I do, man. I like the Attack on Titan soundtrack. So I'll go on YouTube and I'll search up Attack on Titan playlist, and I just listen to the soundtrack of all the seasons of Attack on Titan. For anyone that's read the manga, don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it for me because I've only watched up to season 4, and I've heard that like the manga has gotten crazy. So please respect the anime watchers and keep that to yourself. But yeah, man, that's my go-to. It's not weird at all. It's definitely not weird. I totally feel that. There's some really solid soundtracks. You guys let me know in the chat bar. Like, what do you guys like to listen to when you're in the pisser, man? Well, not like on the pisser, but in the pisser. You know what it is. Hey Trey, can you give a shout out to my wife's boyfriend as his B today? Citadel, anything for you, man. You know, I totally understand you guys are absolutely underneath a fire hose right now. The fire hydrant is just absolutely crushing you and pinning you to the wall. So shout out to your wife's boyfriend's birthday today. It is what it is. You're cooking. Frank Sinatra? Yeah, man. The Joker, man. What are your thoughts on SPCE? It's got some short squeeze potential. And I know that sounds wild, but I think they had a successful launch just recently. And even still, through that successful launch, they're having some pretty rocky moves today. I mean, that should have been a lights out sort of move. I mean, you got a nice gap up, but huge, I think, shorting that's been taking place here. They're really trying to hold this down. So I think that this stock, honestly, has been pretty heavily shorted. It's 30% short interest according to Ortex as it sits right now. Or at least it was this morning when I looked for the Discord. So I'm just going to check again here really quick. SPCE, 91% utilization, and it's currently got 31% short interest, and it's actually up in short interest today. I mean, look at this absurd shorting. This looks like an opportunity where shorts could get caught pissing on the electric fence, man, and it's going to get turned on. They're going to get zapped hard. I mean, that is just not, because I think SPCE is a pretty good stock. I like Virgin Galactic Holdings. I do not think this is a good short, not in the least bit. So it's got potential, and if you look at the overall float, free float is 169 million shares, so I mean, it could definitely squeeze. It definitely could. I mean, you look at some previous levels, and it's been a lot higher. It's been in the 60s, and I think it could go higher than that, for sure. Trey, how can my company sponsor a video, or at least send you a kick-ass care package? Jor, if you want to send an email to my business email that is currently in the About section of my YouTube channel, we can have a conversation there. But I just want to know what your company's about, man. Absolutely. If that's where you want to send it. I'm digging that Reno 911 stash. Hey, man, I'm going to keep rocking it. I am. Squeeze timber. Squeeze timber. How is he going to help by you? I'm confused by what that is. I don't know. All right. Trey. Oh, no. Missed one. LMAO with the stash and glasses. You look like that secret squirrel guy from Sicario. Maybe I should just take the glasses off then, huh? Is that a better answer? Should I just leave them off? Oh, man. You guys always yell at me when I don't wear them, so I guess I'll keep them on. Shout out to Ethan for giving these, man. If you're watching right now, I appreciate these. These actually help a lot. They help a lot. PNIS coin. Oh, obviously. Hey, Trey, can you come to Dallas? Cowboys Nation. I've been out to Lubbock a couple times. Pearson, if you're watching right now, send me a text saying that you're watching right now because Pearson is my freaking man. He lives out in the Lubbock area, and I love chatting with him. I absolutely do. I am drinking an energy drink, none. I apologize. I got like 2 hours of sleep. So I need something to keep me rocking. Lamp off, lamp on, bear trap. Let's see what ends up happening. We're waiting on it. Trey, Facebook and Reddit closing down groups. Review Dork made a site like them for all apes. Apecrans.com. Maybe I should just make a video about that, honestly. I've seen it and I've checked out the site, but it's definitely a good idea to have somewhere to go. Because Facebook did shut down a lot of pages on GameStop before, the squeeze happened. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's happening. Absolutely. Hey, John, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping. Snookeroo. Here's a pickleback for you, Trey. Hey, that was good. I was surprised. I didn't think they were going to be that decent, but it wasn't bad. All right, so this might actually end up being a bear trap. This was a weaker one because the wick just kind of touched that level of resistance, but here you've got a definitive wick that's dropped below 2 previous wicks. So this might end up having a little bit of a reversal, but ultimately you're still looking for a break over this descending level of resistance. That's going to be the big marker to watch for. And, we're currently sitting at $13.34, up 10% on the day. Like I mentioned before, in case you're just tuning into the live stream, all that I wanted was a clean break over 1280 followed by consolidation at $13 range. If we consolidate in here, meaning that you bounce back and forth in this $13 range for 1, 2, 3 days like we did right here, and then get a rip and a retest of $14.50, that's as good as it gets. That's simply as good as it freaking gets. So don't be surprised if we trade sideways here. We might end up getting a clean break. We don't know for sure. But, don't be surprised. That's all I have to say. It's a trend that seems to continue on and on and on and on and on, just as the 4 test rule, right? If you test the level of resistance 4 times, typically you get the clean break on the 4th try. 1, 2, 3. That's how we predicted it today, right? We predicted that we'd get a clean break over 1280 just based on that 4 test rule that has proven itself over and over and over and over and over and over on AMC stock. Maybe I just need to log off every time I'm streaming, man. Every time I'm streaming. You know what? This has got to be a tweet. This has got to be a tweet. This is a tweet. I'm telling you. Every time I'm streaming, this thing, AMC goes red. Maybe I just need to log off. Oh, man. Solid freaking day. Up 10%. Looking for consolidation in this $13 range for a bit to ultimately test $14 and then $14.50. Likely same day tests. This is live right now. You're absolutely right. You got it, brother. Back in the fight, baby. You know what it is, Louis Bill. Eddie's watching Trey's stream like, okay, go time. Get to short it. I know it, man. I know it. It'll run if I don't watch it. I know it. You're absolutely right, guys. My story, my parents migrated and sacrificed everything for my future. I can never pay them back for what they lost for me. Life-changing goals at 23 to give them back comfortable senior years. Let's go. Rambar, that's what it's all about, man. You know, the coolest thing about the meet and greet out in North Carolina was hearing everybody's freaking story. Hearing why people were holding AMC stock, all the good they wanted to do in the world, all the things that they wanted to freaking change, all, their families wanted to help, the mortgages they wanted to pay, the student loans, whatever it was, right? It's so cool to hear those stories. And ultimately, I think that's what like the humanity in this is what really brings people together, regardless of where you are on the planet, your race, your sex, your gender, your freaking political agenda, all that sort of stuff. Nobody cares because you're an ape simply by buying and holding AMC stock and being a part of the community and not being a Koba, right? And that's the coolest part. It really is. It really is. It's as simple as that. Ever consider showing fan submissions, wearing merch and funny memes once a week in one of your videos? Cheers, Trey. AMC GME to infinity and beyond. I could definitely do that. Would you guys want to see something like that? Wearing merch and funny memes once a week in one of my videos? Definitely. We could do like a Sunday thing where like on Sundays we show some merch you guys made or memes you guys made. I could definitely do that. 100%. Yakman Pacento. Bitcoin going up. Is she? Is she rocking right now? BTC. Let's check it out. Bitcoin is having a decent little bounce, especially considering that huge freaking sell-off that we saw over the weekend. That's a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern. Head, shoulder, shoulder, and ultimately this is the big neckline at about $38,000. So you want a clean break over $38,000 on Bitcoin and a break over this descending level of resistance. You got a false breakout right here, but it didn't hold, right? So you're looking for a clean break and trend continuation or consolidation of that descending level of resistance. And that's going to be ultimately what gets Bitcoin out of that slump we're in. But I don't think Bitcoin's done correcting yet. I got to be honest. I think crypto's probably going to have one more little dump. I'm just being real. I think that Bitcoin's going to end up under 30K when all is said and done, at least for a momentary amount of time. I could be wrong. But just based on all the freaking over-leveraging that's taking place in the stock market, a lot of the uncertainty that's going on with cryptocurrency and with the U.S. economy, I would not be surprised in the least bit if Bitcoin and or Ethereum and or the crypto market have one more dump in the next couple weeks. Be ready for it. If you like buying dips, that's an opportunity to watch for. But take advantage of these days today. If you're buying dips on crypto and making money and just rinsing and repeating, freaking pat on the back, man. That's the way to do it. Absolutely is. Absolutely. Bitcoin is 29 at one point. Was it? Let me check. I'll take your word for it. Like, I believe you. Yeah, 29,000 for a very, 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 very brief moment in time. But I wouldn't be surprised if it cracks 30 again. I wouldn't be surprised because it isn't a very large scale downtrend right now. I mean, ultimately, you got to break out of this huge downtrend. Huge. I mean, that's a pretty rough retracement. That's not super smooth, but it could get it. We'll see. We'll see. AMC, as it's sitting right now, is sitting at about $13.37, and it's holding on this Fibonacci retracement zone pretty dang well. I mean, that's almost picture perfect. We drew this up right around here when that ascending level of support was starting to get cracked, and it's holding that very, very decently. All that we're waiting for is that bounce off of that bottom, that 61.8% retracement zone on the Fibonacci. So if it gets a bounce there, I'm not too mad. That'd be pretty solid. I'm up on my Sheeb. Absolutely, man. Need to get a bulk order of Depends for Citadel HQ. Dad, thank you for that, Pops. I appreciate that. Thank you, Just Rob. Thank you for wearing your glasses. LOL, when this is over, you should drop in Houston for a weekend. I'd be down, man. Maybe when this is all said and done, I'll just go on a little trip. Cross-country trip to go and, visit some people. Don't shave anything until AMC goes squeegee. I'll have to shave, but I can keep the stash. Absolutely. I can't do a Fu Manchu. I can grow one, but I can't grow one. You know what I mean? Go to the bathroom. Let's test this theory. Should we do it real quick? Should I go take a quick leaky wiki? Quick leaky wiki? I can do that real fast. Give me 1 sec. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. We'll give her a quick little freaking run. Won't take too long. All right. Well, it didn't do anything. But Lamp really did try. I mean, you did good, Lamp. You did good. It's holding okay. Lamp off, Lamp on. Hopefully a little bit of a bear trap. We'll see. But if it ends up breaking this Fibonacci retracement zone, you still got the VWAP. That's the level of support that we're watching for if it breaks that. Up 10.39% on the day right now. Level 2s are pretty barren. I haven't even touched on these yet, but the ask is pretty freaking naked. There's not a lot happening here. I mean, there's some. I mean, a couple thousand per penny spread. But in the grand scheme of the volume today, I mean, that's really not a lot. Bigger arrow? Oh, we can do that. Bigger arrow for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Give me 1 sec. This is what I do, guys. This is what I do. I live stream and I draw arrows. It's simple technical analysis. It's as simple as that, right? It takes a long time to learn, long time to master, but one of these days. Do I work in AMC now? No, I do not. Definitely not. That'd be cool, though. Hope the move is going well, buddy. Thanks for the energy on this Monday. I'm actually all pretty much moved into my house in North Carolina. I got all the furniture, all the appliances that I need. And now everything else is just like small stuff. It's projects. Like I kind of want to rebuild the deck. That's going to be a project. What else? I want to put in a door in my office because there's a trim that is just like an open through walkway. So I want to take that trim out and rebuild an actual door so it contains some of that echo. There's just some small things, some small projects, but you should shave the stash when it's time to sell as an indication. Oh, yeah. We can do that. Like a hint for the people who are the OGs watching every day. I confirm with Schwab that when a stock rises above $9,999 a share, you have to make a phone call to sell any. Is it too late to move to Fidelity? I don't think so. I think a true, transition and a true transfer takes about, 3 to 5 days just based on testimonials. So I think you'd be okay. And I think the squeeze will last longer than 5 days. I think it'll take 5 days to a couple of weeks. Your channel saved me. I pulled out of crypto right before the sell-off, and I put it in AMC at $10. Hey, there we go, baby. I'm here for you guys. Absolutely. MACD crossing signal. I typically don't use the MACD, man. I gotta be honest with you. I keep it really simple, bare bones. I mean, maybe that's something I should do, but I've had a lot of success. I mean, I can't complain with the strategy that I have in terms of just watching trends, candlestick patterns, and these two indicators right here along with the RSI. 15 EMA, 200 EMA, RSI, and I sometimes look at the OBV just to see how the overall inflow and, how many people are holding on any given day in any given stock, any given security, but that typically treats me pretty well. But a MACD crossover is typically a bullish sign for sure, man. Hey Trey, I made a meme song for you. I sent it to your email last Friday. Little boxes. I'm gonna have to check that out, man. For this live stream, we got about 12 minutes left before I gotta go back to work. But I will check that out, man. Absolutely. Crypto is a long-term strategy, not a dip and flip. You're right, man. But you can take opportunities and take profits along the way when you have explosive growth. Like if Bitcoin is averaging up 5 to 10% a day, right? That's obviously not sustainable. You can take profits for a long-term strategy in the short term and then reinvest it when those pullbacks happen. That's the way you can do it. You don't have to pull out your whole position, but maybe 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever you want to do, just to lock in some of those profits and get back in cheaper so that you can rinse and repeat on those swings, right? That's just a way that you can rock crypto out the same way that you can rock out anything, That's just me. That's just what I would do, but I love that people say I'm muted. It always cracks me up because I know I do that a lot, but not this time, baby. Not this time. My mic is not a dead cat, baby. Not a dead cat. We talk fast and never skip class. You know what it is. Absolutely. Is Webull the best to be with for the squeeze? I think Webull is a solid one. I like Webull. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I use it on a pretty regular basis. If you want to check out Webull, I have a link. That's the most I'm going to say about that. You get 2 free stocks, $100 deposit, whatever. If you use it, I don't really care. It's up to you. But I also like SoFi. I like Moomoo. And I think Fidelity is okay. I prefer SoFi and Moomoo probably over the rest. SoFi is really solid. I like SoFi a lot. It's probably a number 2 for me. Hello from England. Welcome, Stephanie. It's good to have you here. I appreciate that. Guys, if we're not doing a favor, this is my lunch break. All that I'm asking for, you don't have to subscribe to me. I don't give a single freaking shit if you subscribe to me. All I want is a like. Just drop a like on the video. Helps the YouTube algorithm, blah, blah, blah. You've heard those spiel. And get some more apes rocking with the community, right? Whether we're rocking with me, Matt Coors, Review Dork, The Mass Investor, Jackson Hunter, freaking Jeff Forbes, whoever it is, just have a place to call home. That's all that I ask for, right? And look at this freaking picture. Perfect bounce in the Fibonacci retracement zone. Getting a big fat, you know what it is, George W. Come on, let's get that bounce out of this Fibonacci retracement zone. Coming up to test this 1345 level of the Fibonacci, that 50% line, which is looking pretty solid, man. Absolutely is. Looking ultimately to get that break over this descending level of resistance. So we're just waiting to see what ends up happening here, but this is definitely possible. It really is. It really truly is. We'll wait and see. Nice bounce. You know what it is. You know what it is. Absolutely. What up, little bro Trey? Can you explain what big money really is? We can make millions, but Kenny G handles billions. I wonder if people can compute. So this is the problem, right? I think this is, being a little bit, there's some questions and a little lack of understanding what's actually happening here with the hedge funds. So true, right? Hedge funds are playing with billions of dollars. And what we have reported here, according to Ortex and different data sources, is an estimated reported short interest. And we know just based on FINRA reports, like just Google, if you want to be freaking mind blown, Google the April FINRA reports, right? Just watch and read all those freaking stupid fines that are popping up on the FINRA reports. But we know that currently there's about 76.8 million total short interest shares, right? So the amount of liquidity for that is, I think somewhere in the realm of $1 billion. I can't tell you the exact math because I'm not a genius. I'd have to pull out my calculator. But on top of that, you got favorites and delivers, which are coming from market makers that they'll have to buy back, right? That's liquidity. And you've got naked shorts that are likely coming from market makers and hedge funds as well, right? So the amount of liquidity they're playing with, true. I mean, it's going to be tough to compete with that. But ultimately, this is what it is. Greed will kill the fraudulence and malpractice and corruption. It's as simple as that. If you want any sort of example, look back in 2008. I bet you every single penny, every single dollar that I have as an individual person, that they thought they could get away with that forever. And they kept pushing the line. They kept pushing the line, further and further away from what is expected out of moral reality, right? And they just kept getting worse and worse until eventually the SEC, it's lawyers protecting lawyers is how I like to describe describe it, they couldn't look away anymore, right? They had to they had to do something. It's as simple as that. It had actual danger to the U.S. economy, and it ended up doing something bad to the U.S. economy. And this is a very similar situation that's happening with AMC stock, GameStop, and all of the over leveraging and naked shorting that takes place in the stock market right now. It's as simple as that, right? They're over leveraged. They're trying to bankrupt companies, steal from retail investors, and eventually they're going to push the line too far, and that they're going to get busted. Greed is a bitch. It is going to catch up with them. I just don't see any possible way that it doesn't. So, true, they are playing with a lot of liquidity, but the thing is, eventually they're going to get caught. It's as simple as that. They can't play the game forever. If you keep pissing on an electric fence, one day it's going to be turned on. It's as simple as that. Ortex shows 523 million shares on float. Does it? Really? Where do you see that? Is that on overview? Let's see. You let me know where you're seeing that. The total float could be somewhere in the realm of 450 million, just based on the 43 million share at the market offering. But you'd have to show me where that is. Is that a dead cat on your lip? Absolutely. No, it's a live cat on my lip. It's a live cat. You're the man, Trey. Love the live videos. Appreciate that, brother. Do you think the crypto crash is over? Can you check DAG Constellation? New infrastructure taking over and pay monthly returns from nodes. Is that a crypto? Because I'm not very familiar with it, to be honest with you. It must be a crypto, but I think you're going to see one more harsh correction. I got to be honest with you. I think Bitcoin's going to crack underneath 30K. The reasoning for it is that AMC, GameStop, all the over leveraging, all the craziness that's happening in the stock market isn't done yet. And you're seeing the consequence of this ultimately reflect in the overall, grand scheme picture. Just look at the SPY. Let's just look at the SPY in the last 3 months. Look at the amount of indecision that's happened. This sort of consolidation, I mean, that has not happened in a very long time. You got a nasty George W setup right here, but if it tests this neckline and doesn't get a clean break over $420, right? That must be an omen 420. But if it rejects off that, I think you're looking at a pretty harsher correction. I mean, there's a lot of indecision in the stock market right now, as well as crypto. I mean, both of them. I just don't think it's done. I don't think it's done just based on technical trends alone. Seriously, absolutely 100%. I just don't think it's done. I think there's more to come. We back, Stash King Weiler. Welcome back, brother. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Trey's Cash App safe on for the squeeze. I think Cash App is okay. There's better brokerages out there. The thing I don't like about Cash App, and you guys feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I know, Cash App doesn't really allow trading in the pre-market or after hours. And I think you're going to see a pretty wide range of price action in the pre-market and after hours. And ultimately, it might be the time that you need to sell. So I don't know. I mean, there's better brokerages for sure. There's other places where I'd rather have my money. But as far as them selling your stock or them, corrupting your stock, maliciously or malpracticing your stock, I don't think they're a danger like Robinhood is, but I think there's better places for sure. What color will this Tesla be for the giveaway? Whatever color you want, guys. Whatever color you want. Anything, my $100,000 is what I'm willing to spend on a Tesla. So you can get any Tesla you want on 100 grand. If my wife hooked up with you, I'd love her more. No. Holy Toledo, man. I think your wife might not like that you said that. Oh, geez. That's interesting. Red Bull working, huh? No, I'm not a Red Bull guy. I like rain. But it is holding up all right. Matt says you can teach me how to super chat. No, Justin Richards, ironic super chat. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No. I'm only gonna be on for like 4 more minutes, so please put it in the stock market. You don't got to do that. Matt explained that it's the brokers that the hedge funds trade with that are at fault for the naked shares causing the FTDs. What do you think? Absolutely, man. The market makers are ultimately what allow the failure to deliver. Because think about this, right? Hedge funds don't write up call options most of the time. There are instances, yes, where that does happen, but the majority of call options, put options, right? All the different contracts that get written up out for the retail investor or the institutional investor come from market makers, right? It's a centralized location where they write up these contracts, regardless of how many shares they actually have or can buy for those contracts. And that's where the failure delivers derive from, right? So that individual piece, like, this is a really, really grand scheme picture, guys. I mean, the amount of malpractice, corruption, and fraudulence that's taking place does not just fall on the hedge funds. This is a huge picture. This is a lot of freaking dominoes that have piled on top of each other, making this huge interweb of a god dang freaking maze. I mean, it's absurd. There's a lot of people that had to make bad decisions for this to even end up happening. So the market makers are definitely at blame here, man. I mean, it's not just hedge funds. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of bodies. It's a lot of freaking bodied up governments, not governments, institutions, right? And that's why the NSCC, the DTCC, and the SEC are all coming out with these filings, because they recognize the risk. They see all these huge parties, essentially lawyers protecting the lawyers, right? They see that there's risk for the NSCC to lose out on some insurance money. So they're saying, hey, look, we might lose out on a lot of money if this ends up coming to fruition. So we're going to protect our backs, right? They're writing up all these policies, essentially, to mitigate their losses. So that's really what it comes down to. It's a lot of people malpracticing. I moved the arrow for you guys. It is a great day, man. It really is. And it looks like that Fibonacci retracement zone is really going to happen. We're just waiting for that break out of the 50% retracement. Are you excited for the OnlyFans IPO? Gabriel, I promise you guys don't want me to have an OnlyFans. I am a stick. I'm 5'11", 160 pounds, built like a freaking twig off of a oak tree. You don't want to see that. I promise you. Tyler Vids, appreciate that, man. Gabe Science, his thoughts on TD Ameritrade. I'm still a bit unclear on the ability of that platform to trade during off hours. Love the energy in your stash. Is sexy as well, my dude. Keep killing it. TD Ameritrade, I don't mind. I don't know what their after hours and pre-market trading is like, but typically most decent brokerages will at least allow you to trade some hours. Like Fidelity will allow me to trade Central Standard Time from 6 a.m. until I believe 5 p.m. So you got the majority of the actual, pre-market and after hours trading. And if TD Ameritrade is anything like that, you'd be sitting okay. You'd be sitting all right. 4 minutes to squeeze super chats? No! No. Looks like we're going to end this on a freaking decent note. I'm going to log off here in about a minute, but it looks like we're going to get a break out of this Fibonacci retracement zone, that 50% retracement, to ultimately retest that descending level of resistance, baby. Looking absolutely beautiful. I'm not mad at all about the strength that we are seeing here right now. I mean, this 61.8% retracement bounce off of just this level alone is solid. And if you look at the grand scheme picture and draw from the absolute bottom to the absolute top, what are you looking at? That's not even a freaking 38.2% retracement. The amount of strength today is absurd. We've been trading over the volume weighted average price for the entirety of the day, except for the first 5 minutes. I mean, that is as good as it freaking gets. So you guys should be jacked. I'm absolutely jacked. It's a beautiful, beautiful day to be an ape. Beautiful, beautiful day to be holding AMC stock. And I appreciate everybody tuning in for this short live stream. So like I said, my friends, I just wanted to tune in and give you guys a quick little update, chat with everybody about what's cooking up with AMC stock. So I appreciate you giving me about an hour of your day, 50 minutes of your day, but I do got to get back to work. So you can just do me one favor on the way out. Just drop a like on the live stream. Helps out immensely. I do appreciate it. But that's what I've got for you guys. So appreciate everybody, baby. Keep on cooking with Crisco. Keep eating those lemon pepper tendies. We'll be back for an evening video and give you guys the wrap up and what we can expect tomorrow when I get out of work. So catch y'all later. Much love and peace.